Hi, it's Jennifer with Only in Sedona Yoga. Welcome to our Sober Saturday live stream. If you're joining us for the first time, what this is we do about 30 to 45 minutes of very gentle, all seated and lying down restorative style yoga, followed by a body scan inspired by the rotational consciousness from the yoga nidra tradition. So it's just a safe healing space. Once we get started, I do my best just to guide you and not talk. So a few announcements before we get started. Use this time while I'm talking to get into your cozy clothes. You can do this right in bed if you like, or you can pull out your mat, get yourself into that sanctuary of yoga. And the only announcements this week, just I really want to start with a little gratitude. I had a beautiful experience earlier this week, two beautiful experiences that I just wanted to share. So, one, I want to send a big, huge shout out to Dee from Cottonwood. Or at least I think you're from Cottonwood. You were at the Cottonwood Walmart. Um, I had stopped in and to pick some stuff up, and I had already left the parking lot. I got a phone call, and here this wonderful woman Dee had found my business card holder, which also had quite a bit of cash in it. And she called me, and not only did she call me to tell me she had it because it had broken off my keychain, she waited there at Walmart for me to come back, which was like this amazing act of human kindness. And it restored my faith in humanity. So thank you to Dee. I just wanted to publicly thank you there. Um, and then also this week we got to tour. I know I've talked about this before. My favorite kombucha, which keeps me sober on my sober Saturdays, because when I got mindful about why I used to drink, um, it was really because I wanted a treat. And this is a special treat, but it's healthy and it's not sour or vinegary like regular kombucha. It's really amazing. It's just so good. And we got to tour the factory, and it was just an incredible, incredible experience. So grateful. So many thanks to Holly and her incredible team and everyone we got to meet. That was so cool. And also this week we did get back some short filming back. Again, we apologize for the interruptions. We've had some stuff going on, but we will be back with our regular shorts Wednesday at 5. And we have actually a little longer one coming out for this Wednesday. Or I'm sorry, no, that's coming out Sunday. But then, yeah, Wednesday at 5, we'll be back on our regular schedule. And then, of course, our Sober Saturdays tonight. So I've talked enough. Let's get mindful. Let's talk to our mats. So let's begin tonight in an easy Sukhasana seat. And if you prefer to begin kneeling, you can certainly do that. You can sit up on a bolster or pillow if that feels good. Go ahead and close your eyes. And just take a few deep breaths. Tune into your breaths. You don't necessarily have to change it. Just observe it right now. Drawing your awareness inward as you mentally enter your sanctuary of yoga. Here you are safe, and your only job is to move your body in the way that feel good and healthy. Observe how the various poses feel in your body. And step outside your thoughts and feelings to observe them as a neutral third-party observer. Just check in with what's going on with you now, physically, mentally, emotionally. And start to rotate it out nice and easy on your spine. We're going to begin our flow with some spinal mobility. So just nice and easy, take it around. Perhaps synchronizing your breath and body movements if that feels good and right. Come to sit nice and tall. Use your arms to elongate that spine. And then take a nice deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, twist towards whichever leg is in front. And take a few breaths here. And if it feels right, you can lift up your back arm, elongating the stretch down the side of the body. And come out of this and just switch the direction of your cross. And just start stirring that soup pot the other way. On the tail of your next exhale, sit nice and tall. Use your arms to elongate that spine. Take a nice deep breath, inhale. And exhale, twist towards the front leg. And if you feel so inspired, this back arm comes up and deepens the stretch in the side body. Perhaps you gaze toward the palm. Perhaps you keep your eyes closed and tune into your inner experience. Coming out of this one, come on to all fours for some cat-cows. Inhaling as you sink and exhaling as you round. Say hello to Squeak. She may come join us. Take one more here. Full cycle, cat-cow. And from here, we're going to go into the first pose we're going to hold. You may wish to use a bolster or a squishy pillow. We're going to go into our Sphinx. So you're supporting yourself on the elbows, focusing in, breathing into the low back. Take a few more breaths here, yogi. And coming out of this one, you're going to go into a bit of a shoulder stretch. So place your prop to the side. Make sure you're not going to knock anything over. You're going to come down and lay on your belly, not on your cat, and open your arms out into a T. Bring one leg out to the side, and then you're just going to press yourself over. This leg might be in front, it might be behind. You might be here like this. That takes the pressure off considerably if this is a lot. Find the variation that works and settle in for stillness. Take a few more breaths on this side. And then come out of this however is comfortable. Don't necessarily follow me. I want to make sure I don't roll on the microphone. Use self-compassion, be gentle. And then we're going to get that to the other side. So take a moment to adjust. Find a good expression of the pose. And tune into the breath. Just a few more breaths on this side. And come out however works for you. We're going to transition into a child's pose next. I like to have my knees rather wide, but you choose how you'd like to take the pose. I'm also going to use a bolster. I like to kind of just squish it between my knees so I can hug it. You can have your arms in front. You can bring your arms behind. Take a few moments to find the right variation. and sink. Take a few more breaths here. And gently start to come out. Now you may not come out too much depending on how you want to take the next pose. We're going to do a thread the needle. You may wish to keep your hips high, arm comes through as if you're doing a puppy pose, a traditional thread the needle. I like to sink my hips back and bring my arm beneath. Choose the variation that works for you. Take a few more breaths on this side. When you're ready, come on up out. And we'll just get that on the other side. Any variation you like. Remember, you can keep the hips high or you can sink on back. Few more breaths on this side. Come on up out of this one. And just take a gentle kneeling position. Take a second to check in with your shoulders and upper back. We're going to move our way down to our hips next. So come into all fours, and then you're going to take either a plank or a down dog, your choice. We're not going to be here long, so don't worry which one you choose, just long enough to liberate one of those legs to come into your pigeon or sleeping swan. You may be sitting up like this. You might choose to use a bolster right here. I'm not going to grab mine, but you can. Your foot can be up here or back farther. Take a few moments to find a good position and sink. Take a few more breaths here, please. Now to come out of this one, watch what we're going to do. You're just going to kind of roll back on that hip. And as you come up, you'll see that you kind of land in a Janu position. I'm going to invite you to stay here if you like. If you want, you can even take this leg across, try to stack your knees, and come forward and try to turn so you can see all angles here. And I like to lean just slightly forward till I feel my hamstring engage, but you do you. You might be rounded all the way over, and that's fine. Remember, the goal here is simply to relax the body and muscles, though, not to necessarily get more flexible. Just take a few more breaths here. We're not going to hold this one quite as long before we segue this right into a slightly deeper hip stretch. If it is within your practice, you're going to take fire log by just stacking those feet one on top of the other, but this can be pretty intense. If it's too much, just take an easy Sukhasana seat, and you might not even have to walk forward very far to feel the stretch in the hip. Work with your body, do what feels right. And at this point, if you'd like to continue to hold right where you are, you can. If you want to segue into a shoelace by stacking both knees one on top of the other, feel free. You can simply come forward. You can use a bolster. Make it feel good and right for your body today. Just give me a few more breaths here, please. And gently untangle yourself, however feels good. And kind of tune into those hips, maybe come into all fours. Just kind of move your body around a little bit as you tune into the sensation in those hips. Maybe do a cat-cow or two. Be very gentle. Your low back might be a little tender. So just take a second to mindfully tune in, work some of that out. And we're going to get that on the other side. So either taking a plank or down dog, just long enough to liberate that left leg now. Oops. Make sure you don't hit your kitty. Sometimes she wants a hug, just like we all do. Find your pigeon or your sleeping swan on the other side. Take a few more breaths here. And gently come out. Bring this leg around, but again, you might have to be careful not to hit your kitty. You'll find that you end up in a Janu position. If you want to take it over into a half cow, you can, or you can stay in Janu. Find the variation that works. Tune into that hamstring. Just a few more breaths. And as you walk yourself out of this one, you can come into an easy seat, or you can stack and come into your fire log. You can use a bolster to support your elbows if you choose to come forward. You might feel enough just sitting in an easy seat. Whatever works for your unique and wonderful body. And at this point, if you'd like to stay here, you can. If you'd like to transition a bit and come into a shoelace, that's another option you have. Take just a few more breaths here, please. And as you come out of this one, maybe keep your bolster or some pillows handy. I'm going to invite you to come on down onto your back. We're going to get ready for our relaxation and meditation. But first, what I'd like you to do is just take the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open to the side. Take a supine butterfly. Take a few moments just to tune into those hips. And if you'd like, you can bring your knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe take a quick legs up the wall. Maybe rotate out those hips. Whatever your body tells you to do. And then as you are ready, prepare for our meditation by taking a few moments to fall out into Shavasana or curl up into any final resting pose you find relaxing. Surround yourself with pillows and blankets. Tune into how you're feeling, asking yourself how you can become just an iota more comfortable, and taking the time to tuck yourself in that way, the way a parent would care for a child. Creating a cozy little nest for yourself where you are safe and able to fully relax, simply following the sound of my voice. Nothing else to do, nowhere else to go. Your only responsibility for the next few minutes is simply to be. Drawing your awareness to the natural pace of your breath. Without trying to change it, simply observing. If you feel called to do so, you may wish to elongate your inhales and exhales. And anytime you find your mind beginning to wander down a path that you don't want it to wander, simply draw your awareness back to your breath. and back to the sound of my voice. Drawing your awareness now to the tip of your nose, sensing your nasal flares as you inhale and exhale. Sensing the bridge of your nose and your eyebrows, right and left. Your right temple, left temple, right cheekbone, left cheekbone. The right eye, a radiant orb of light. Sensing all the tiny muscles around the right eye. And sensing the radiant orb of your left eye. And all the tiny muscles around your left eye. Tuning into the sensation of air against your upper lip. And relaxing either side of your jaw. Sensing your teeth and gums, upper and lower. Inside of the right cheek. And inside of the left cheek. Drawing your awareness from the tip of your tongue to the base of your tongue, the center of your throat, and the base of your throat. Sensing both collarbones, shoulders, and shoulder blades. Your biceps, the inside of your elbow crease, your wrists, and the tip of each thumb, right and then left. Drawing your awareness from your thumbs around to the tip of your first fingers, second, third, and pinky. Sensing your wrists, forearms, outside of your elbows, and your triceps. The center of your chest, and the right and the left sides of your chest, each in turn. Your solar plexus, your navel, your lower belly, and your pelvic girdle. Sensing your right hip, upper thigh, knee, shin, calf, and ankle. The tip of your right big toe, and each of your 4 other toes in turn. Sliding your awareness around, ending with your pinky toe, and sensing the sole of your right foot. Drawing your awareness back to the base of your spine and your left hip, upper thigh, knee, calf, shin, and ankle. The tip of your left big toe. Sliding your awareness around each of the toes in your left foot in turn, ending with the pinky and sensing the sole of the left foot. Drawing your awareness back to the base of your spine, tracing your awareness up your lumbar vertebrae, your mid-back, between your shoulder blades, and drawing your awareness up your cervical vertebrae to the base of your skull. Curl your awareness around the top of each ear, joining at the crown of the head. Breathing now, imagining inhaling through the crown of your head. Drawing that light, that energy all the way down to the base of your spine. Exhaling back out through the crown of your head. Inhaling through the crown of your head. And exhaling through the crown of your head. Continue to breathe in this fashion, allowing yourself to sink into total relaxation. If you wish to drift off to sleep, it may help to choose a number and count your way back. Thank you for sharing this sacred sober Saturday with Only in Sedona Yoga. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye and namaste.